becoming very apparent that Ixion is a truly long game. I don't really feel like that's what I bargained for when I bought it. Still enjoying it, just it's making me think these videos may not be the most exciting thing in the world. So if you happen to be out there watching this at some point in the future, when it's released, and you think, oh no, please don't stop, I would love to get some comments to that effect, because I kind of feel like I should just be playing this without recording at the moment. So far I've had very few views. And just to clarify that last statement, I'm releasing these episodes one a week at the moment. I intend to increase that at some stage, but of the 2 videos that are up so far, I think I've had a total of 15 views. Not a lot. Still, it's early days and these things will go up over time. I understand that. It's just I guess it's the problem of the way I record, because I record a whole lot of episodes at once. I end up in a situation where I don't have the audience buy-in yet, which of course leaves me in a situation of thinking, oh, why am I bothering recording? But my audience comes later. Anyway, back to the actual game. I have not found any cryopods that I've successfully retrieved in this solar system, which is rather unfortunate. I did see some that I could have collected safely, and I didn't do it. I went for the dangerous option. As a result, my population is stagnant. Yes, alright. At one point I said I kept seeing this number change and wondered why it was changing. Well, it's changing because I'm moving from sector to sector. Duh. I should be paying more attention to this one. 864. Because I'm not certain if there is a life cycle mechanic in this game. Do people just die because of age? And somewhat more importantly, do they replenish in the form of making babies? And when did this blow up? Jeez. Long story short, problems. That is the story of this game. I could make a fusion station now, I think. Yes. Oh my god, why is it big and why does it have to be attached to... Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Phew. For a second I thought it had to be attached to the outside wall. That would suck. Does it fit here? It does. Amazing. I will put it there. And that will produce ice, which produces water, which I don't need a stockpile for. What a novelty that statement is. And then that can be used to work on my crops, which I've just taken up some of the space where I was going to build said crops. Possibly I should have built it down here and got rid of these, but too late now. It also requires me to move electronics around yet again, or I can wait for this to produce the next unit of electronics. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not in that much of a hurry for the building to be constructed. Incidentally, yeah, no point can you transfer water through this menu. So how do you get water to the other sectors if you don't want to build a fusion plant in every sector? Let's launch a probe. If we were to launch a probe searching for... Honestly, science still is what I would love to find. But I think I have already discovered all of the available planetary bodies and non-planetary bodies. Yeah. So it's really more a case of, do I want more iron, or do I want more maybe hydrogen, which turns into something. Hang on a minute. What's hydrogen for in this game? I have some, but I'm not using it. Turns iron to alloy, turns silicon to electronics. Turns carbon into polymer and turns ice into water. I'm sure hydrogen is used for something. I don't know what. I'm going to continue to ignore it because I've got no use for it currently. Okay. Can't open a new sector because I don't have enough people, etc, etc, etc. This place still has a whole bunch of carbon. This thing's not working. Why? Storage is full. Yes, that'll caper. Okay. Is there... Yes. If we look at this one, do that. I think that will unblock things. Yeah, probably should have done that a long time ago. See previous comments about too many things going on and not having the experience to do this game without using a whole lot of brain power. For example, I keep seeing that this has 0 waste in it, but that's there so that it transfers waste somewhere else. Which is now making me think that if I knew the game better, I wouldn't be trying to have a dedicated sector for farming so much. I would have a sector for farming and waste production, or some similar combination, so that you've got a sort of supply chain going on. Again, same sort of deal. This one doesn't look like it's doing anything. I would like to get rid of it, but it needs to be there so it can transfer waste into this building. Whinge, whinge, moan, complain. What's my science ship doing at the moment? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Well, at some point it will need to go there. In the meantime, I think it can go here. And I think I can save my probes because I don't really need much more of anything else. Yeah, don't think I need much more of anything else at the moment. How much iron is here? 140, 38, unknown, possibly 830. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to use a probe at the moment. And how's my power situation? Not too bad. And I have a total of 4 electronics. Goodness me. That's practically an oversupply. Speaking of which, I can train some more people. Thank you. So somewhere in my population thing, oh, yes, I have 15 colonists now. Hooray! I have a use for 30. I would quite like to use a lot more than 30 at the moment, but never mind. That would require far too many electronics, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hooray, this thing's doing something. Using up ice. 15 ice produces 40 water. This can hold 1,000. Alright, nice. There we go. Water is required. Water cannot be transferred between sectors. You really think that would be one of the easiest things to do? Build a pipe from here to here. Job done. Never mind. I guess... What is water used for, though? I think it's only used for food production buildings. Yes. And I don't think insect farms necessarily benefit from it. I believe it's really only the crops, being this, which no longer fits because I'm... Yeah, anyway. Can I... No, it has to be touching. Fair enough. If I build 2 of those like so, please tell me I don't have to put... No, it's alright. Okay. This is connected to the road, therefore they are. Phew. So once that's up and running, they will have a total of 12 workers for this building. This sector has not enough workers already, but then that building will be producing... Oh, it needs waste as well. Okay, I'm gonna let this one finish, because this requires 6 waste. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, there we go. This requires... it requires X waste. I don't know how much. It's not answering my question. Okay. But part of what's interesting is this is now, in theory at least, producing 2 food per cycle. These produce 1 food per cycle and take up a lot more room. I, in theory, am producing 2 more food per cycle than I... No, sorry, that's per 5. Okay. 2 more food per 5 cycles than I require. So in theory, I could get rid of this. It's a nice theory. I don't know if it's an accurate theory. Okay. We're running low on silicon again. Fair enough. I could get rid of this, but I don't need to at the moment. I think that's the way to think about it. I do have probes, and I could potentially find more silicon. Yes, there is silicon around here somewhere. What are we prioritizing? No, that's cool. Waiting for science ship. I thought I told you to go there. Oh no, I told you to go here. Uh-oh. Probe scans. Uh-huh. This whole sector is dangerous. That's the story I'm getting. Okay, send a small team. Send all. Send experienced. No, let's... Oh, it requires exoskeletons. Okay. I recall seeing that. Exoskeletons. I can research this. Just. I'm willing to wait. I now have 30 colonists. Good. Space. Yeah. Okay, there's lots of iron sitting there at the moment. There's some in here. Where are we? 74 in this sector. There. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Confused. 29. Oh, I see. Never mind. I thought I might have been able to consolidate hydrogen, but nope, that's not an option. I could just purge it. That's actually very tempting. I could just destroy the stocked resources and thereby free up this stockpile for doing something more useful. It's honestly an option I probably should have considered much sooner. Nevertheless, I'm not in any significant danger of needing it at the moment. What I should do is switch it off, recover some of my workers, and hopefully also switch off
a probe has completed its scan.
This, for example. And I suspect that's one of the sort of advanced play things, is just having way more buildings than people and juggling who's doing what all the time. But but I don't have that kind of experience right now. That's a lot of different locations for silicon. Cool. Well, my mining ships are going to be busy for a while. How's that science going? Are we done? We better be, because we've run out of the thing. Okay. Where are we? Yes, do that. Please don't die. And please find me bucket loads of science that I can collect. Okay, 225 water produced. Yeah, I can't tell if this produces waste or if it requires waste. Let's have another look. Crop farm. Using a significant amount of water. I think it might produce waste. Let's have a look. This doesn't have the waste icon, that does. If I look at the factories... okay, that's better. So the farm produces waste, which means I can have this switched on, assuming I have enough people, which I don't currently. I shall allow... Yes. Switch that off for the moment. I shall allow more waste to build up before I switch that back on. And this has run out of silicon again. So it can be switched off. Yeah, I think my brain's tired. We are at... $503 polymers. Jeepers. It would be nice if I could find another use for them, frankly. The only real use I know of is solar panels. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 75 and 3 or 225 and 4. I'm going to go with 225 and 4. Yes. And I'm going to look inside and actually pay attention to whether the electronics are getting moved properly. No. Let's switch that back on. And switch it off. May have done that too quickly, but we'll find out. Nope, it worked.
The ship team has completed a task.
Excellent. Please tell me they didn't die in the process. Okay, we can recover archived digital data. We can survey and recover archive data, or we can recover data from the ship and attempt Iki. Okay, I don't care about its cargo, but I'm worried about this high winds factor. I want the science, damn it. I'm gonna stay on the somewhat risky path that I've been on, for the simple reason that I'm playing on easy, and I expect at some point to stop this playthrough and start again with what I know from it. So making bad decisions has its benefits. Cool. Where are we? Yes. That's doing its thing. Excellent. I will have more solar power soon. Alright. I would like to preference silicon now, please. Yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden it feels like the game has calmed down a little bit. Resulting in me not knowing what I should be doing right now, but I'm scared to stay on fast speed. Okay. Why is this not doing anything? I really would love to know why they failed to transfer things instead of it just telling me it failed. Okay, 46. That's probably enough that we can switch this on now.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, excellent. People are unhappy about being hated by the former government.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Yep. What was that thing I was saying about not having problems? All of a sudden... Okay, yes, there was an accident here, but it's that kind that I can't do anything about. Alright. Optimal, optimal, optimal. Fine. Negative trust is not a good thing. Angry? Really? Okay, Is this temporary or is this permanent? Because they were saying permanent. Stability in Sector 1 is low. -2, -3.9. Okay. That's great and all, but is there anything else I can actually do about it? We've got +4, we've got one. Okay, I could switch off the waste, would be one way. They don't like our morality. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't know. I think I might just have to build more parks or their equivalent thereof, which would be these things. And what a surprise, they require electronics, which means I need more silicon. Round and round it goes. I think in future runs I might try and get all of the silicon from the first solar system. Don't know if I did that already or not, but it definitely feels necessary. And this thing is substantial. Okay, which sector is the worst? 3. But incidentally, that appears to have flattened out a little bit, maybe? I'm gonna let this run for a sec. In fact, I'm gonna look over here and then come back to it. Yay, we got some science. Do we have any more options there? No. Alright. Once we collect that, which admittedly may take a little while. There we go. You can, yeah, not go that way. You can return home. And I may have just worked out another way of getting there, incidentally, but one thing at a time. You are mining silicon, you are collecting silicon, yep, you're collecting iron, that's fine. Yes. So one of the things I can do, yes, that is continuing to drop, fair enough. One of the things I can do is do this, I believe, which improves stability.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Great, okay. Ooh, I don't have the workers for that, far out. Yeah, it's pretty much just the food. So if I do that for the time being, yes, that should even things out somewhat. Whilst I wait for... I forgot what sector I was doing that in. Did I even... I don't remember. No, you have the quest. Okay. Okay. That helps. That was actually well timed. People like not just eating insects all the time, and I think that's perfectly fair. I was talking about building one of these. Frankly, I would like to not have to build it.
An accident has
Oh, for
occurred
crying
in the
out loud.
tycoon.
Okay, if it's going to happen anywhere, that's probably one of the better places for the accidents to happen. I could fit this here. Yes, that's what I was looking at. So, if I were to put it... It doesn't really matter, it's going to take up that entire chunk regardless. Which way around is better? That way, maybe. Now, this is Sector 2. Sector 2 does have a DLS, so they could also use extra food, potentially. Let's do that for the time being. That should put this to almost flat. Yeah, there's... Yeah, extra hours again. Tell you what, you don't both need to be switched on at the same time. Cool. You're full up. Do you have enough workers? Yeah, you do. Now that you've returned here, you can safely go there. And I don't know if I commented on it at the time, but when I first arrived in the solar system and I read about the fact that there were solar storms and whatnot, I was not expecting it to take up like an entire quarter of the map. I thought it would be a little storm here, little storm there, little storm there, and you'd have to sort of navigate around them, not just here's an entire quarter of the map you can't get to. Sucks to be you. Right. Yes, I think we may be reaching the half-hour mark again, and I've possibly gone way over it, so I will pause here and continue in the next episode. Bye-bye.